going on, everybody? I want to welcome you back to Knicks Daily. I'm your host, of course. My name is Sheer, and Brunson is ready for the world. There'll be international basketball that's played this summer, and the United States is a team that's currently ranked number 2 in FIBA this year. Having placed 7th in 2019, this iteration of Team USA is looking to reestablish themselves against a champion Spanish team and an upcoming scary team from France. This time, Team USA's managing director, Grant Hill, and head coach Steve Kerr are turning to their next generation of stars to restore the roar of the United States. The following players have been tabbed and expected to have said yes to playing in FIBA this summer. Players such as Anthony Edwards of the Minnesota Timberwolves, Tyrese Halliburton of the Indiana Pacers, Mikal Bridges of the Brooklyn Nets, Brandon Ingram of the New Orleans Pelicans, Jaren Jackson Jr. of the Memphis Grizzlies, Cam Johnson also of the Nets, Bobby Portis of the Milwaukee Bucks, Austin Reeves of the Los Angeles Lakers, and Walker Kessler of the Utah Jazz. And of course, your point guard, Jalen Brunson. Now that's only 10 players, but this will be a 12-man roster, so I expect additions to be made. I'm also curious about who those additions will be. Possible additions are Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Karl Anthony Towns, DeAndre Ayton, Donovan Mitchell, Zion Williamson, and probably a few more that I'm forgetting off the top. But with whoever Grant Hill selects, the team will have a lot of work to do. They'll have a lot to prepare for. They gotta battle and win this summer. The international game clearly has caught up with us in many ways in the United States. And many of the opposing players that you're going to find on the other teams, they're currently all-stars in this NBA. They're currently all NBA players in the league. So to be part of this experience, there's several benefits. But there will be several benefits for a player who is selected to play in these games as it relates to their career. One benefit, you're now looked at as part of the new wave. It's an opportunity. It's an opportunity for the world and future teammates, future coaches, future owners, to see if you're up for this challenge, to play on the biggest stage. Another benefit, you have an opportunity to play with the league's future and current stars. This is where the big threes in Miami are formed. This is where the big threes in Brooklyn was formed. This type of environment. The NBA is a brotherhood. Rumors are dispelled or created amongst the brethren in this type of environment. Another benefit, players and coaches will have an opportunity to see Brunson's leadership. Now, from afar, one can develop prejudices against other players. But to see a player up close, his personality, and how he connects with and guides other players will be key in players determining if they could see themselves vibing with this person as a teammate, potentially, in the craziest city in the league. One more benefit, there comes added credentials, and they're validated for selection for future awards. This matters. This season we saw Brunson and the Knicks criticized for the size of the contract they gave him until he proved it was a steal. We saw him overlooked for the All-Star game. We saw him not considered for all NBA team consideration. And we saw that he was overlooked for most improved player honors. Meanwhile, all he did was lead his team to a top 5 seed, advancement to the second round, and he showed up with a valiant effort in an elimination game to try to push his team over the top. This selection announces to the world that Jalen Brunson's name has now joined the chat, and they should be on notice. Now, Knicks fans, why should you be excited or nervous? You should be excited because we get an opportunity to see our point guard play basketball again. We also get validation on a national and on the domestic world stage, how talented he is. We get to also gloat about how Dallas effed up. All right? A whole generation of international fans now will be buying Knicks jerseys, just like Kristaps and Luka did when Melo played. Now, why should you be nervous? Brunson will be putting more basketball on his body, so there's that risk injury potential. Then teams and other coaches will have an opportunity to coach and spend time with our point guard. So that's possible jeopardy of losing him if he becomes a free agency and he makes a connection with another coach. Also, his areas of weakness may be exposed. But no matter the pros and cons, this selection is another step towards respectability for our organization and our player. New York is stepping into the spotlight as a team associated with winning, associated with youth and excitement, and as a challenge to be respected. All of that is the perfect formula for FIBA Brunson to shine. What say you? Keep this in mind. Same thing applies to our team that applies to our life. There's no struggle, there's no progress. Also, not only are we here, but we got next. And remember this, everybody eats. Everybody eats. Here at Knicks Deli. My name is Shia, I'm your host, and I'm out. Peace.